Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is your host Maida, and I welcome you all to our podcast, Learn Together, Grow Together. Our topic for today is the International Women's Day, or Khawateen Ka Alami Din. This day is celebrated annually on the 8th of March to mainly highlight the women's achievements and the problems that they face on a day-to-day basis. बहुत लोगों का मानना ये भी है कि हर दिन औरत का दिन मनाना चाहिए. हमें हर रोज अपनी मदर्स, डॉटर्स, सिस्टर्स, वाइफ्स, फ्रेंड्स, कोलीग्स और जो भी खवातीन हमारे आसपास हों उनको ऑनर करना चाहिए और उनकी हर एक अचीवमेंट को रिकग्नाइज करने के साथ साथ उन्हें मजीद एम्पावर करना चाहिए. The theme for this year's Women's Day is Choose to Challenge. To further talk on the topic, my guest for today is Miss Yumna Ahmed. Miss Yumna Ahmed is a psychologist and also a teacher by profession. Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're doing well.
Assalamualaikum. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Would you please like
Thank
to
you
introduce
for
yourself?
Okay, so I'll introduce myself. My name is Yumna Ahmed, and I did my bachelor's in social sciences. And my majors was psychology. Then I did my master's in psychology, and I work at PNS Shifa. I have my own clinic, and I also teach A-level psychology and sociology.
That's very good to hear. So, ma'am, our topic is Women's Day. And we know जहाँ positives होते हैं वहाँ negatives भी होते हैं. जैसे अगर हम वर्क प्लेस की एग्जांपल लें तो वहाँ कुछ नेगेटिव स्टेरियोटाइप्स भी होते हैं. What do you think are the most effective ways to counteract them?
I think the most effective way of counteracting the stereotypes is just to prove them wrong. Whatever the stereotype is, you can show them that that's not true. Like अगर किसी के दिमाग में ये assumption है that women cannot be, like just an example, like women cannot be a good driver, like women can't drive. You can change that stereotype by showing them how well we can drive. Same goes for anything else. Like a lot of people believe that women cannot be good bosses. So we can prove that wrong. When we have a management position, when we have a team under us, we can actually be one of the most understanding and empathetic bosses, and we can be there for our employees, and as a result we can prove our stereotype wrong. So in my opinion, the only way in which you can prove a stereotype that it's not correct is by showing them. Actions mean more than words.
Because exactly. Or have you seen any such examples around you, or have you ever faced such things yourself?
As in, you're talking about inequality or stereotypes?
The stereotypes, the like you
Yes, of
talked about.
course. Every day, like, because I'm in the workforce, I work, I drive myself. These are the examples which I face in my everyday life. Like, when I started learning how to drive, people around me were like, "Oh, recently I had to get my license renewed." So over there, I parallel parked like a boss. I parallel parked really well, and the guy over there was like, "Wow, madam, aapko to parallel parking bhi aati hai." So this shows that everybody over here, because of the misogyny, the mindset is that women cannot do stuff. That women cannot be independent. Women cannot be self-sufficient.
Exactly, that's very true. Acha, a legislation also took place regarding the equal pay scales and salaries, but we're still, somehow stuck in the inequality phase. Why do you think is that? Like, why is that?
I think because of the patriarchal ideology, like Pakistan in general is a highly patriarchal country, and over here, abhi bhi women do not have their equal rights. If there's a, like you said, right, in equal pay, that is very true, because abhi bhi there are a lot of organizations here where there will be a man and a girl from the same experience, same education, applying for the same job, yet They would prefer a man over a woman, or if they even hire a woman, they would hire her at a lesser pay. And they will also not promote her just because, a woman can have, she'll get married, she'll have kids. In the world outside, when you see, like in the developed world over there, when you're applying for a job, it's not even allowed to ask for your gender anymore, because that can cause discrimination. But over here, yahan par wo aapko, like, they focus a lot on your appearance and your gender and whether you're married or not. So I think it has to do with the patriarchal mindset. Unless and until that goes away, the change is not going to come.
But somehow don't you think कि ये थोड़ा सही भी है, मतलब जैसा एक वुमेन और एक मैन में डिफरेंस तो है, जैसे जो काम एक मैन कर सकता है वो एक वुमेन ऑब्वियसली उस तरह से शायद नहीं कर सकती. तो isn't it somehow true कि फिर शादी भी हो जाती है, फिर बच्चे एंड ऑल, तो what, like, can you give me a bit more detail about it?
Can you give me an example that you're saying कि जो एक काम man कर सकता है वो woman नहीं कर सकती? What type of a work you're saying कि man कर सकता है और women नहीं कर सकती? Especially if you're talking about the service sector industry, in like which is booming in the world right now. The service sector industries में तो women can do equal work as men. I personally do not think that ऐसा कोई भी काम है सर्विस सेक्टर इंडस्ट्री में जो women equally नहीं कर सकती. And as far as having a house and stuff, it's supposed to be if you're raising kids, if you're running a house, then it's supposed to be a two-person thing. Joint conjugal roles hone chahiye, where both the partners should have an equal responsibility towards the home and towards the workplaces. That's how you can easily manage it. Why should it be the responsibility of a woman, in my opinion? I think if you have to raise kids, they're both your kids, right? So the man should be equally responsible in that. If you're running a house, then a man and a woman should equally contribute. After all, it's her house as well, and she should contribute as well.
Because exactly, I agree. अभी जैसे आपने बात की running a home, so even if a woman is earning, that's fine, but the man, how do we bring this concept that you can also look after the kids and you can also cook, like this concept? How do you think we can, bring this to a man's mind?
I think this has to do with your upbringing and your relationship as well. So, like, for example, we can teach the mothers, like Abhi, the current mothers, and we can teach them that they should teach their sons to be good husbands, to be good sons by doing equal amount of work at home. उनको इतनी कोई luxurious lifestyle देने की जरूरत नहीं है कि you're cooking food for them. Tell them that you have to pull your weight around as well. If you want to live in the house, we have to divide responsibilities. We should not rely on the house help, or we should not rely on the woman because she will come and she will cook for us. No, why? You need to be self-sufficient, and you need to be actually dividing the responsibilities. So if there's a husband, then you can divide the responsibilities. Maybe on the weekends the husband can cook, or cleaning का अगर करना है तो फिर divide करके करने, like, few days the wife can work, few days the husbands can work. That's how it works everywhere in the world as well. I've seen this abroad only, that because there's no house help there, वहाँ पे कोई नहीं है आपके लिए काम करने के लिए, आपको खुद ही करना पड़ता है, right? So वहाँ पर सब लोग सब कुछ खुद करते हैं, regardless of the gender. A man is going to do laundry as well, a man is going to cook as well, he's going to be an active father, and I think that's how it's supposed to be in Pakistan as well. ऐसा ही होना चाहिए.
Well, I totally agree with you. Acha, ma'am, in the end, this Women's Day, what is your message going to be to the women out there listening to us and the women in general? What do you want to say to them?
I just want to say to women that it's high time we stand up for our own rights. It's high time we understand that we deserve equality in everything. That is your workplace, that is your home, and women need to be independent financially, emotionally, and morally as well, so that they cannot be dependent on anybody and they cannot be ruled by someone. If you're independent, nobody can control you, nobody can question you in anything. You can be completely independent.
That was a great message. So ending here, that was the podcast. बट जाते जाते यहाँ मैं अलामा इकबाल का एक शेर ऐड करना चाहूंगी कि वजूद जन से है तस्वीर कायनात में रंग, वजूद जन से है तस्वीर कायनात में रंग, इसी के साथ से है जिंदगी का सोजे दरूं. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It was a great talk. Thank you.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. And thank you everyone for joining us. Until next time, Allah Hafiz.